Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in yet again to another Moxxie magazine cover story. Welcome to the month of July. Pretty amazing that we're more than halfway through the year. Really excited to be here today with Troy and Scott, who are the owners of Cabbage Rose and so much more here in Maggie Valley. If you guys don't already know these two figures, that would be quite surprising. So we're stoked to be here. They've got a really awesome story, so we're going to kind of dive in together with these two. All right, so sit down, tighten up, get ready to laugh. Yeah?
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about how you guys became here in Maggie Valley.
Oh well, my mom had a little house here.
Okay.
And she knew we were in Atlanta. We were wanting to leave Atlanta, and we wanted to open up a small shop. She found one for rent. And she said, if you don't rent it, I'm going to. So we rented a shop that was like 300 square feet.
Oh, wow.
And he worked at J. Arthur's while I opened the store. If we made $100, we went out and drank and partied and spent it all. Everybody said we would fail, and now we're 10,000 square feet.
That's incredible. And how long did it take you guys to go from there to here? What's the time?
We expanded the Tarnished Swan 4 times while we were there. We started the shop out with $2,000
Oh my goodness.
and 300 square feet. We ended up with like 2,800 square feet when we opened this, and we had both for
A year.
1 year. And we only had 2,000 square feet here when we started out. So now we have 10,000 square feet. We've expanded this 4 times.
And is there another expansion in the future?
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, so we're good. You got we're in the right size.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So tell me a little bit about how you guys connected, how you guys found each other.
We met 44 years ago in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And we had looked for locations in Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg, but the rents were just kind of out of our reach. So we decided that we love this area. We like the side of the mountain. We're always like 10 degrees cooler over here than Tennessee.
Sure.
I'm from Sevierville originally.
Okay.
So it would have been nice to have been open over there and still know all my friends and everything, but this side of the mountain is amazing.
So how did you guys meet?
That's funny.
Yeah, like tell me the story.
I moved from the Florida Keys all by myself up to Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Why?
Just because I wanted to get away from the Keys.
Okay. Yeah.
My lifestyle was a little bit different, and in that day and age, it wasn't really accepted. So I moved, and I got a job as a waiter. I kind of fibbed a little bit. I had never been a waiter in my life. And that first morning, the cook said, "You've never done this, have you?" And I'm like, "No." So she said, "I'll help you." And everybody in town said, "Oh, you should meet Troy." Why? "Oh, you should meet him." So I met him, and I was like, not impressed.
I wasn't impressed with him
I was
either.
like, really? So then one day he needed a place to stay, and I said, "Well, you can rent one of our rooms if you want." And just been together ever since.
So when you both said when you first met each other, you weren't impressed. So what was it about Troy that you were like, eh? And then the same question to you about Scott.
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
My wonderful personality.
Clearly wasn't shining through that day.
Right.
Or something was off.
Something was off that
Yeah.
day, the first day we met. So
But it's all right. We became good friends. And
yeah.
just from then on, we've been together.
And that was 44 years ago.
44 years ago.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So, okay, so you guys clearly have a background in waiting tables, so you've got
Yeah.
like that kind of customer service hands
Yes.
down. So, what was, I kind of want to fill the gap in between what took you guys from there. Of course, you fell in love with the mountain. Your mom had this opportunity. She was going to grab it, offered it to you guys. Was this a conversation that you guys had prior? Like, hey, we should move and open up this gift shop. Like,
No.
what was it? Okay,
Not really.
so how did it come to fruition?
Well, we had moved around from Tennessee. We went to New Orleans, lived there for 6 years, worked with Julia Roberts. She was the hostess where we worked. No, that was in Atlanta.
In Atlanta.
And then we moved to Atlanta. We worked.
What do you mean she was the hostess?
She was the hostess of the restaurant we worked at in Atlanta. She was over
Okay.
at our house about 6 times.
So do you think Julia remembers you guys?
No.
She remembers us, but she doesn't know us.
Okay.
But then we had lost our job in Atlanta, and my
Well,
mom.
we quit.
We quit. My mom said, told us about the shop, so we just moved up here. And he got a job right away at J. Arthur's before they were even open, and we were able to purchase a house without lease purchase. And during that time, we had to borrow money twice from my mom, $10,000. Both times we paid her back, and we've been successful ever since.
The main reason we got into retail was we were tired of being waiters. And we just thought we needed something really different in our lives. So his mother was doing craft shows.
Okay.
And she was making a lot of cute little things that were, they were just cute and pretty and fun. But we thought she needs some help. So we went back to Atlanta. We bought supplies to make wreaths, which we had never done wreaths in our lives. No training at all. And did some arrangements, did quite a few things, and we brought them up to her to sell. Everything sold out.
At that event?
At that
Yep.
event, yeah. So we did like 3 or 4 shows with her like that, and so that's when we started the small shop with only $2,000.
So, okay, so kind of like how, rumor has it Walmart started with pantyhose, right?
Right.
What was your first inventory? What did that look like?
You gotta laugh.
You know the candles that are on the string, and 2 candles were hanging down?
On the string?
Yeah, those were a long time ago.
There was a long wick in
But
the
we-
middle, and you'd cut it.
We just put a
Oh,
nail
yes.
up, and we'd hang them up, one set of candles on a nail. And then we had this lady that came by with quilted pot holders. So we had those.
And wall hanging.
And then wall hangings, we had a guy come by, and then we had another guy come by that had braided rugs. So we
Okay.
even put rugs on the wall.
We
just
started
to make
out
it look like it.
So you had candles that were connected still at the wick, like nothing, mind blowing. And then you kind of had like these people that were coming in that were consigning with you.
Well,
that
No,
how
we
it
were
went?
buying.
we bought
You
it,
were
but,
buying and then selling it.
Yeah.
but
selling
in the
it
real
retail.
world, we should have never made it.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
it's a fluke that we did.
So what was the biggest, like, if you guys can go back in time, and I'm gonna talk about the business for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna talk about you guys. So, what was the moment where you guys were like, I think we're doing it? Like, it's happening.
When
Once-
we finally opened this store, and we found out we could get a thing called Christmas dating, which means we could get the merchandise in June, didn't have to pay for it till December.
Okay.
It really went crazy because then we had money to work with. And so we started a Christmas shop. It used to be upstairs. We had a train that ran around. And
So Christmas kind of saved you guys.
it did.
It did.
And now we have Christmas every day.
Yeah.
We knew about Net 30 dating, but we had never, thought about doing Christmas. And so we were just talking one day, and we thought, well, what are we going to do with the upstairs? Because we went to Atlanta without keeping record of our invoices or anything. And we had 20,000,
Still
but we had 20,000 to spend. When I came back to the store, I went through and added all the invoices. We spent $19,600. So we went back to the show in March, and this girl brought up December dating, and she said, well, why don't you turn the upstairs into a Christmas shop? And we're like, oh, okay. So we got all of our merchandise in Christmas, and we did the whole Christmas upstairs, decorated it, everything, 4 of us, in 2 days. We were up till like 4 in the morning on 4th of July, and we opened that morning, Christmas.
So you guys, like, your story is about Christmas, ultimately.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, from how it kind of got you guys ahead to when you opened to just being at that particular show and this meeting, this
Right,
particular.
Exactly.
Wow.
And then it changed a little bit. After a while, I wanted an undersea tree, and we couldn't find the products that I wanted for undersea. So I begged Troy for a year to go to China, and he kept saying we couldn't do it, we don't have the talent. And we opened up a company called December Diamonds, and we went to China 32 times.
Thailand,
So-
7 times. India, 4 times.
We've been in all the factories that all the Christmas products come from. Most all the products that are in our store, we've been in those factories. So we know how they're
Philippines.
made, how they're painted.
Yeah.
Everything's hand done. People think they just pop out of a machine. No.
Right.
They don't.
So I feel we've been very fortunate. We sold that company 2 years ago. Now we have just this, and we also rent slingshots.
Yes. And the slingshots are becoming more and more of a conversation piece.
They're a lot of fun.
Yeah, I wanna take a ride in one.
Last weekend there was 450 in the valley.
That's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
it's incredible.
we have a new one that's themed. It's a Batmobile.
I love it.
I just love it too.
I'm excited about it. I definitely want to drive one. So since you guys have been here, right, at this
Yeah.
location, which has been how many years now?
30 years, April 1st was 30
30 years.
Yeah.
April Fool's Day. You guys have something about dates, don't you?
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about kind of how you guys are a big figure here. Cabbage Rose is a pillar, especially in Maggie Valley. I mean, people talk about, if something were to happen to Cabbage Rose, there would definitely be a detriment to the other small, medium-sized businesses that are in Maggie. You guys have built that up. You've also built your own reputation. You guys have a huge social media following.
Yes.
You have a huge social media presence. So kind of talk to me about how you guys got yourselves there, and what kind of motivates you guys to continue doing what you're doing every day here.
Well, first of all, we love the valley. We support the valley entirely. We want things to work, like the crosswalks. There was nothing being done, so we raised the money on our Facebook page to put up flags so people can cross the crosswalk safely. We do trunk or treat for Halloween. We do Easter. We just love our people. We love the mountains. So we created a page on Facebook called We Love Maggie Valley, North Carolina. And in a little over 2 years, we have now over 18,000 members.
It wasn't maybe even last year that you had like 13,000.
Correct.
So, I mean, you guys have
Correct.
gained over 5,000 in
Exactly.
12
Yeah.
months.
Right.
It's been great.
It's incredible.
And it helps our business.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, we have Business Fridays, so we let people locally post. So they get 18,000 free ads, basically. I mean,
Sure.
yeah, so we want everybody in the valley to work.
Yeah.
A lot of businesses think, oh, I'm jealous of this one or that one. No, we want every business to be successful.
Together, it's better.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, a lot of restaurants don't want another restaurant coming in, but before we were being asked if there was somewhere else to go, other than this place or this place. Now we've got a big variety. So the valley has grown a lot. And when I was working for J. Arthur's restaurant, John Mahoney was the owner, and of course Donna's the owner now, and Ricky. But every time he would ask me, I need something for that wall over there, or I need something for this corner. Do you have anything? And my answer was always,
Yes.
of course. Even if I didn't,
Sure.
I would find
it. Yeah.
So we did a lot of custom pieces for them.
Yeah.
But, over the years, we used to do a lot of custom work. But then when we started the import company, that kind of went by the wayside because we knew we had a staff that was phenomenal. Most of our employees, Sandy has been with us 28 years, Barbara 24 years.
Wow.
We had 2 that had to retire. Both of those have been with us 21 years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So, and then 2 for 10.
And there's family.
So, yeah.
I mean, you literally are hiring and you're building a family.
Yeah.
We are.
Yeah.
And, the beautiful thing about it is, we all work so good as a group that we never tell them to do anything. It's just automatic.
They know what to
you
do.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's unheard of. Being a business owner
Yeah.
and understanding now the concept of hiring and training and hoping that that happens. And then I
Right.
go on holiday because I deserve it and
Yeah.
come back to find that nothing has been done.
Right.
You know?
We don't have
So
that
that's
problem.
beautiful. That's beautiful. So, you know, you guys talk about, you know, kind of like this unified mentality, specifically here in the Valley, and it sounds wonderful, but I know it hasn't been a smooth run.
No, business is never going to be perfect. I mean, you know, you're always going to have some hurdles, like there'll be rock slides on the interstate, there'll be problems with roads or flooding or whatever. It makes it very difficult to, you know, plan ahead and know what you're going to be taking in. I do have a problem of overspending.
Here's 20,000. I only spent 19,400. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's, but the Valley, right now they're working better together than they ever have.
And why do you think that is?
I think that everybody realizes that we have to be on the same page to work toward a goal, and the goal is to stay in business and to be successful. So we were not involved a lot when we were traveling to China and doing all that stuff. But when we sold that business, Scott and I talked about it. We wanted to get more involved in the Valley and what was going on, and have our input and everyone else's input as well, and then try to see what changes we could make.
What was it like, and you kind of touched on this briefly, when you said that you moved from the Keys, and what was it like being a gay couple, moving to the Valley, opening up a business, right? And then all of a sudden having this kind of group consciousness that you're wanting to bring. I mean, you guys literally just kind of dropped off here.
Yeah, we kind of just appeared
Shocked
one
the
day.
system, I'm sure.
Yeah, it did.
In the
Yeah.
beginning, I thought they might burn across my yard.
Did you really?
I really did. Certain bars we did not go out to at night because of our lifestyle. They weren't used to it. We donated many things to the town. We showed the town what we could do for the Valley. People started liking us and realized that, oh, just because you're gay, we don't have a disease, we're not going to kill you.
Right.
You know, that's what they thought. Oh, I'm going to get AIDS. No.
Right.
And then that TV show Glee came out. That made a huge difference. I mean, my high school now.
Well, and Will and Grace.
Yeah.
And Will and Grace.
My
which
high
is
school
definitely-
now,
yeah.
they do have like Glee things.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, oh no, I was shunned upon it.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
it was tough, you know. But now it's
You
much
figure 30
better.
years ago, guys, and we're back in the 90s, 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
We're legally married.
Yeah.
So, you know, and even back years and years and years ago, my mom made us get matching rings. And then when she passed away, I put stones in them, her stones, so
Yeah.
we remember my mom every day. But no, it was tough. I won't say it wasn't.
Yeah.
But
Was there ever a time where you guys felt like you made the wrong decision? That you picked the wrong location?
not really, but I mean, we talked about it a couple times, but not really.
So you guys have talked about the aha moment where you guys went from your 300 square foot to here, and you were like, we're going to do this. Talk to me about a moment in time where it was dark.
Well, we did still have the Tarnished Swan, and
Which was
The
your
2000
300 square foot building
300
with the
well,
rug
which-
and the candles?
but it
That's-
went to 2,800
Okay.
because we expanded that 4 times. So what was really difficult, me being at that location and Scott being at this location, we really couldn't afford a big payroll. So we had one girl here and I had one girl up there. And we did that for a year, and we kept saying, you know, salesmen were coming in, going to me, Scott said that you should buy this, or or they would come to him and they'd say, Troy really liked this and he wanted you to order it. So I'm like, no, I didn't say that. So we put that shop on the market for a year, 1 year. And we got no one looking at it. I mean, not one person. So we decided we're going to take it off the market. We're going to run it again, for a couple more years, and then we can just maybe just phase out or whatever. That very day that we took it off the market, a gentleman walked in the store and he goes, do you know of any gift shops around here for sale? And I said, as a matter of fact, I do, this one. So we worked out the deal. The price that we wanted, we got what we wanted for it. He asked us to do owner financing, so we agreed to that because, at that time, we would have just put the money into here. So we thought, well, for a long-term thing, that would be good to have that money coming in. So for our inventory, we got the down payment was what our inventory was. So if something did happen,
At least you had the inventory.
at least we had the inventory dollars.
Right.
So we financed for him for 5 years. And he came to us at the end of the 5 years and he goes, would you mind financing it for me for another 5? And we said, sure. So, and we're friends to
Yeah.
this day,
So that wasn't really a dark moment then.
No.
No, not really.
So, I mean, kind of talk to me about, and I mean, this could even be like a personal experience. It doesn't have to be related to the business necessarily, but, I think what's really important, especially for, the generation of people that are, kind of plugging into Moxxie and plugging into our publication, is being able to teach these people that there's struggle across the board all the time.
Yes.
There's still a struggle. I mean, we were doing wonderfully 15 years ago. And then they opened up the casino. And now we have Amazon. Now we have Walmarts. Now we have all this competition.
eBay.
So you have to make yourself unique, different. You have to have customer service. Yeah, I'd say our darkest time was probably now because of the economy. That's why Maggie Valley has to work together much better to get our business back here to the valley where it belongs. We have the mountains, we have the nature, it's all here. We don't need anything else.
Right.
So that would be my darkest time, I think, is when
It's
the
right
casino
now.
opened and all that. It changed business completely.
Yeah, you have to change your business profile and everything. Like
They made this a four-lane highway, 5-lane highway, just because of the business Ghost Town did. 15,
And now
20
that's
years
gone,
ago.
right?
Yeah.
A little bit of a dark moment is we work together and we live together 24/7.
So how
So
does
try that.
No. So no. So how does that go? I mean, when you guys are at each other's throats.
It's
I mean,
The doctor gave us magic medicine.
It's called selective hearing.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just kind of take in what you want to hear and let the rest of it go.
So how do you guys balance each other? I mean, there has to be a wide balance. I mean, there's already personality
He can
differences.
remember everybody. He recognizes everybody. I do all the books.
I remember phone numbers. I remember my passport number. I remember numbers, but he pays the bills.
If a customer comes in and let's say it was you, and tomorrow you cut your hair, I probably don't know who you are.
I gotcha.
I
Well,
just
kind of like
don't-
the woman that was up at the counter when I first walked in. She
Right.
told you her name twice, and you were still like, "What's your first name?"
Uh-huh.
She was like, "Jill."
Yeah, that's me. But it's scary. I pay the bills.
Yeah. So temperamentally, who's more laid back?
He is.
He is an A personality.
For sure.
Definitely. I'm
Yeah.
a B personality.
So like hardcore decision making, who pretty much is the executor of that?
I usually end up making the final decision, but we work it
We
out.
work it out.
Like, let's say we're wanting to buy, he wants to buy something at the market, and he thinks it's going to sell really good. And I hate it. I think it's awful. I'll ask him to think about it overnight, and if he still wants it, order it, but order a small amount. Usually we'll buy things together, and we're pretty good about that. And yeah, we work together well.
Who's the messiest?
I am.
Oh,
It's
yes.
nice that you own that.
No. You'd be scared to go up my office right now.
So who's like the loudest?
I
The
am.
more
I am.
Loud.
yeah.
Yeah.
But he gets loud and he is over it within 10 or 15 minutes. I remember from 30 years ago.
You hold that? Are you a
Yeah.
grudge holder?
Yeah, let him get drunk. He'll bring it back around. Oh yeah.
So what's your beverage of choice?
Mine is Chardonnay.
Okay.
Chardonnay.
Yeah? So white wine drinkers.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm red wine.
We
so,
used to be red.
Did you?
Yeah.
I used to be white.
It bothered my stomach, so I
Yeah.
changed.
Hey, well, white wine now kills my heartburn.
So,
Yeah.
So yeah, I used to I couldn't stand red wine. Now
Yeah.
I can't even fathom white wine.
Yeah, we know a lot about wine because we were waiters for 22 years.
Sure.
So we know kind of that whole deal. But we would drink red all the time. And then one summer I decided, well, I think I'm going to drink Chardonnay for the summer because it's lighter, it's cold. So he was still drinking red. So one day he was out of red. So then he goes, maybe I'll try some Chardonnay. So I tried the Chardonnay. He went off of Prilosec.
That's what I take from heartburn.
I had
Yeah.
to take it daily.
Me too.
Yeah, every day he took it. So from switching from the red to the white.
You were kidding.
No.
Yeah. So that was pretty amazing.
That's sad. I'm gonna stick to the Prilosec though. Definitely gonna stick to the Prilosec.
Well, I'll drink red wine once in a while, but
Okay, well we'll definitely have to do a sit down
Yeah,
like that.
I
I'd love to go out and have a few drinks
I
with you guys.
still like a good red.
Yeah.
And we have one here that's called Cooper and Thief.
Okay.
It's a red blend.
Okay.
And they age it for the last 3 months in a bourbon barrel.
Okay.
And it is excellent.
I was just in Greece for 2 weeks, and of course, you know, you go to the islands and they're all Santorini and Milos,
Yes.
they're all wine vineyards.
Yeah.
And I drank a red, it was actually a cab, but it was like in the last, I want to say 9 months, they put it in a whiskey barrel.
Yeah.
And it was gorgeous.
It's like a fine chocolate.
It was beautiful.
You know,
It was
it's
beautiful.
really nice.
We should go wine tasting.
Yeah.
So what's next? Where are you guys, will you ever retire? Will you ever leave this? Like, what's next for you guys?
I don't think we'll ever get to retire.
Why?
Well, because we enjoyed life too much.
Okay.
We bought things along the way as stepping stones, just in case things happen. And we enjoyed life. We're scuba divers, so we've been to Indonesia twice. We went to China 32 times. We did a lot of things in our lives.
Hawaii
So
11 times.
we have
So
some retirement, but not enough to fully retire. So
Right.
and we enjoy this. So
We love it.
until I can't do it, I'll do it. You know, I like it.
Yeah.
And we just actually took on a second job. Now we're sales reps for most of this Christmas stuff you see behind me. So, you know.
We have to go on the road several times a year, but usually when we go on the road, it's usually between January and April, which is our slow time here.
Perfect.
So when we're on the road, though, we really don't go out and eat a lot. I mean, when we plan trips, we plan our trips around eating.
Yeah.
But
okay.
when you're working on the road, you
Yeah.
just kind of like, okay, let's get something.
Go to the
The
right.
restaurant that's in the parking lot of the hotel.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we're big foodies. We love to travel. We do underwater photography. We got some pretty amazing pictures that we get undersea. So, and I didn't start till I was 48. He started when he was 46.
Scuba diving?
Scuba
Yeah.
diving.
Okay.
And I'm still a volunteer scuba diver at the Georgia Aquarium. I've been there 14 years.
Wow.
And I go down about twice a month. Scuba dive.
With the fish in the tanks?
In the big one, yeah.
Wow.
I'm with the whale sharks and the manta rays and all that good stuff.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
That is awesome.
And we can argue underwater about that. So.
I'd love to see what that looks like.
Oh.
Who's blowing more bubbles?
There's certain sign language you use.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
husband and wife from Nebraska flew in to Bon Air to dive with us, and then a couple, her and her husband, flew in from Texas to dive with us, and we had met them before. And we were underwater, and I was trying to get him to look at this purple sponge and take a picture, because I was just a spotter.
Yeah.
You know, finding the fish, finding the plants and all this stuff. And so I was pointing at this purple sponge. It was gorgeous. He's looking everywhere, and I like, you know, and we started motioning at each other, and I'm pointing at the sponge, and he's, our friends were spitting out their
masks
ears.
just laughing.
They were laughing so hard. They said, we've never seen a fight underwater.
That's awesome. How they fight underwater. That's going to be part of the cover story. How they fight underwater.
Yes.
That's beautiful. So, I mean, you guys just kind of seem to have it. You know, I mean, looking, you know, from the outside in, you know, you've got a really successful business. You're partners for life. You've created an extended family here at Cabbage Rose, and you know, your other two businesses as well. You know, your mom has, I'm assuming, has now passed, but apparently
Yes.
she was a big part of both
Yes.
of you.
Yes.
You know, you're seeing the world, you're traveling, you're doing all these things. I mean, do you guys feel like you're living a dream?
We're living our dream.
Yes, we are living our dream.
We could have a little bit more money, but no, we're living our dream. My suggestion to anybody would be to marry their best friend.
Not about.
It's not about.
It's
all
not
that.
about sex and intimacy.
Well, you gotta have a little of that.
Sure,
but, I mean,
but it's not about that.
No,
Yes.
you marry your best friend, and
Yeah.
if you marry your best friend, you'll be best friends for life. So.
I love that. I really, really love that. I think that's a really awesome piece of advice.
Yeah.
So that's your personal give advice. What's something personal you want to kind of just put out there to the universe?
Well, I believe in hard work. I grew up on a small farm with no indoor plumbing. We raised everything we ate. I carried water from a spring from like a fourth mile away just to supply water for the house. And we had cows, we had pigs, we had chickens. Always had to get up and do all the farm work before you go to school. And then when you get home from school, you do
gotta do
farm
it
work
again.
again.
Yeah.
So we raised tobacco, and we always had a huge garden. My mother always put up like 250 quarts of green beans, 300 quarts of tomatoes. She made tomato juice. She'd do like 50 jars of that. Pickled beets, pickled okra, cabbage, kraut.
So your childhood
sauerkraut.
is definitely a lot different than
What my
your
life is
adulthood.
now.
He didn't have water till he was 17.
Yeah.
Running water, a bathroom.
So it's I'm thankful every day for the success that we've had, and it does take hard work. It's just
Well, that you can't be scared to take a chance.
You
Right.
can't be scared.
You have to do it.
You have to
if
get
you
out
don't-
there.
If you don't do it, you're gonna say, oh well, I wish I would have.
No. I have it. Yeah, it's on my body.
Really?
It's you have to jump.
yeah.
Well,
You have to be
and
willing to jump.
we jump a lot.
Yes.
We did.
That's why we had no money.
You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for this
Thank you.
opportunity. I hope that we will continue this maybe in another publication down the line. But you guys are definitely guys to tune into. I love your story and your
Cool.
charisma and everything you guys got going. So
Thank
thank
you.
you guys so much for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please, zap and share.